Hey guys, welcome back. So today I'm going to be talking about 10 reasons why one should not buy an Hermès Kelly bag. Just like the Hermès Birkin bag, the Kelly bag is one of the most desired bags of all times, and it is one of many people's holy grail bags. So this video is a bit of a sequel to a video that I did recently about 2 months ago, where I talked about reasons why you should not buy an Hermès Birkin bag. And in that video, I already did the disclaimer saying that I still love these bags and there are so many great things about these bags, but so many people always mention how beautiful these bags are and how great they are that we often forget to actually think about the cons of these bags. And at the prices that they are, we really need to think about all of the shortcomings of these bags. These videos are just meant for a little bit of fun where we really pay out these bags saying, well, you're not good enough in this and that. So it's meant for entertainment purposes only. Don't take it too seriously. I own 3 of these bags. And by the way, if you're new to my channel, I am so glad you're here. I am Isabelle and I do videos on luxury and fashion in moderation. So if that's something that you like as well, I would love it if you join our family and hit the subscribe button. So let's start with the first reason why you shouldn't buy an Hermès Kelly bag, and it is the lock design. This bag is not the easiest bag to get in and out of. So this is the bag all done up. But if you want to get into the bag and open the bag, you have to turn this turn lock, undo the 2 sangles, and then you've got to open the flap and open the bag, and finally you get into the inside of the bag. And there's the same ordeal trying to close the bag. So you have to pull the sangles together to line up the flap and get the lock in there. And then you've got to close the 1 sangle. You've got to close the other sangle, and then you can finally lock the bag. As you can see, not the easiest entry into the bag, and that can often slow you down if you're in a rush or if you need to grab something quickly to pay for something. It is a bit of a nightmare. So what a lot of people actually do with these bags is that they don't actually do the bag up completely, but they kind of leave the sangles hanging like that and only close the flap. So that makes the bag slightly easy to access the inside of it. But even so, if you want to close it in a hurry, it does take a little bit of effort and time to line the flap up completely to actually close the bag. So if you like easy access bags such as zip tops, open tops, or flaps that are a little easier to deal with, the Kelly is going to drive you crazy and it is going to frustrate you so much. Next up is the style of the bag. The Hermès Kelly, in my opinion, is not quite a very formal evening bag. It is more like a formal day bag, but it is also not a very practical and large day bag either. So I find the style a little bit in between, where it's a little bit too big for you to carry it as an evening bag. And I mean, this is the smallest out of the more sort of classic sizes. Yes, you have the mini Kelly, which is a little more evening appropriate, but then again, I'm going to get into the mini size on its own. The mini is not the most practical. It doesn't fit very much. And I don't really think that the mini Kelly is all that classic looking. So let's just talk about, the more classic sizes. So the size 25, even though it is one of the smaller sizes, it is a little too bulky to use as a very dressy evening bag. But if you wanted to dress it down and use it for a day bag, it kind of looks a little too formal and preppy in my opinion. So the style is not the easiest to incorporate into your occasions and outfits, in my opinion. You need a very specific occasion and attire to really pull off the Kelly perfectly. And that's only in my humble opinion. I know a lot of people use the Kelly really casually and they look so chic. And a lot of people use these as evening bags. But if you're anything like me and you like your evening bags to be a little smaller and you want your day bags to be a little bit more casual, you will actually find the Hermès Kelly a little in between in terms of style. Now, the case is a little bit better for the retourné style because it does look a little more casual, and especially in a fun color like mine, you can definitely use this more like a day bag and also, make it into an evening bag with the appropriate attire. But even then, I can think of so many different bags that would be better suited for both of those occasions. So I do find the Kelly a little bit awkward in terms of style and functionality. In saying that, I do find the mini Kelly probably the most usable in terms of its style. It's got the most sort of purposeful style in my opinion. It is a really cute mini bag, so it totally looks so nice as an evening bag, especially if you detach the shoulder strap and use it as a top handle bag. It totally makes for a really nice formal evening bag. And even during the day, it looks like a really nice casual bag if you just crossbody it because it is so cute and little. I find this style a lot more versatile and usable than the larger sizes such as the 25 and even 28. So the mini Kelly is the exception here, but in general, I find the Kelly style a little bit difficult to style. Point number 3, for a bag that is really difficult to get in and out of, it doesn't have an easy to access external pocket, such as a back pocket found in so many different bags. What will make this Kelly bag so great would be a nice little back pocket where you can, put some little items that you want easy access to, like parking tickets, a little card holder, or even big enough to fit your phone. I do understand that is possibly going to alter the classic look of the Kelly bag a little too much, and it might ruin the design, some may argue, and it may just make the bag not as clean and neat looking. But most of the times we actually wear the bag to the front like this, and the back is normally against your body. So having a back pocket is not really going to ruin the aesthetics of this bag in my opinion. So what will make this bag so great will be having an easy to access external pocket. I wouldn't want a pocket at the front of my Kelly bag because that is definitely going to ruin the aesthetics of such a classic and elegant looking bag. But why not put one at the back? That will be just so handy. The next corner of this bag that I want to address is the fact that the shoulder strap is one length. It is not adjustable. It's just one piece of leather. So no matter how tall or how short you are, you're just given this one single strap to deal with. Now, I know you can get different straps. You can purchase extra straps to customize your bag. That is completely possible to make your bag a little more practical for your own height and the way you like to use it. If you're someone who likes to crossbody your bags, you may want the strap to be a little longer, so you may purchase a longer strap. If you're someone who likes to wear a shorter bag, then this length might be perfect. But then again, if you're really tall, this might still be too short. So what will make this bag really amazing would be if it actually came with an adjustable shoulder strap. I don't think it's really that difficult to achieve. It's an extra buckle. Yes, again, it may alter the look of the Kelly bag overall aesthetically. It may make the bag look a little more cluttered with the extra buckle, and maybe it'll make the bag look a little too casual. But then at the end of the day, the whole shoulder strap thing is to make the bag a little more casual in my opinion. So even if the shoulder strap was adjustable with the buckle, you still have the option of detaching the strap completely and only using it as a top handle bag if you want the more formal look anyway. So that versatility will still stay with the bag. So yes, having the shoulder strap that is not adjustable for this bag is a big con for me. The next point I want to make is that the Kelly bag is a little bit too serious and too mature looking in my opinion. So even though I have chosen this Cray Kelly bag as my special order, I'm gonna be very honest with you guys. I don't often use this bag. I love this color and I just love the combination that I went for. And I almost sometimes wish that I just went for the Birkin 25 in the Cray because it was the color that I really wanted. But I just thought the Kelly having the shoulder strap and all might be a little more versatile, and I just really like that. And this is very subjective and it is not necessarily a con for everyone, but I find the bag a little too serious, so I don't actually get to use it all that much. Moving on to our point number 6, it is the wear and tear. So you've got the Celia style and the Bretonne style, and both of them will have different types of wear, and my bags are quite new still, and like I mentioned before, I don't use them very much. In fact, this gray one will be one of my least used handbags from my whole collection. The Magnolia I still use quite a bit because I can make it really casual and it goes with all my favorite, summer dresses. But this Celia one I haven't used all that much, so it doesn't have any wear and tear at the moment. But I know for a fact from seeing a lot of older Celia bags, it often gets a lot of corner wear because it is such a rigid bag that can bump into different things when you're wearing it. You do tend to get a lot of rubbing on the corners, and you will see that if you see vintage bags. And of course, if you wear your bag a lot for a long time, you will get the wear and tear in the bag, but it is definitely still something worth noting. And I found with the Retourné bag, and this is from my personal experience, from this bag as well as handling a pre-loved bag that was about 5 years old. You guys may not know this, but I actually have purchased a Kelly 28 in the Etan color in the Retourné style that was about 5 years old off the secondhand market, and I never even unboxed it or anything because I didn't love that bag when I received it, and I consigned it straight away again with the Persevere. So it came and then it went. So even though I consigned it, I didn't end up losing any money. So that was great. But what I've noted on that bag and also my own Magnolia bag is that because it's got that flap design just with the glazing there, I noticed that over time this glazing really wears down. So it's not very obvious on this one, but in that Etan bag that was about 5 years old, I could see quite a considerable amount of wear there. And also with the softer leathers such as Togo, over time I noticed that you can actually start seeing the impression of the internal pocket on the external leather. So that particular Etan bag that was about 5 years old, I could see like a big impression mark like that, and I just didn't like that. I hope that it doesn't really happen to my bag given that it is a smaller bag, but you never know. I think it might actually go the same way. In saying that, my bag is about 3 years old and I've used it quite consistently and I don't actually have the problem just yet. So yeah, do expect some wear and tear, and if the wear and tear is going to sort of bother you at the price point that they are, then it is definitely something to consider. Your wear and tear tolerance is going to be all different. Something that is tolerable to me may not be tolerable to you, and even for someone who's quite tolerable, it's going to be a different story when you see wear and tear on a $2,000 bag versus seeing it on a $15,000 bag. So that is definitely something worth noting. The next reason why you shouldn't buy a Kelly bag is that for the sizes that they appear to be, the capacity is not all that great. So you can't actually fit all that much in one of these bags. And that is especially the case for the Celia construction because it is so boxy and structured and there's no flexibility or give. It doesn't actually have a whole lot of space in the bag. I found that you could only fit as much as what you could fit in a small classic flap from Chanel. You really can't fit that much more than that without stretching the bag or ruining the structure of the bag, and you definitely don't want to be doing that for something that is really pricey. So if you look at the bags side by side, you can agree with me that the Kelly bag in the size 25 looks like a much larger bag than the classic flap in the medium size, and even from the side as well, you can notice that the Kelly bag looks considerably larger. But the capacity I found to be not that much more in the Kelly. Because the bag tapers up that way, you can really only use the space in the sort of lower 2/3 of the height of the bag, and really beyond that you really can't fit anything else. So I found the capacity to be a little disappointing in the Kelly bags considering they appear to be larger looking bags. Now the next 3 points do overlap quite a bit with the points that I mentioned in the Birkin video, which are the price, so they're very expensive bags, also the associated cost, which means, the extra costs that you need to take into account for owning these bags, such as possibly taking out insurance, decorating the bag with twillies, having a bag insert, all of those extra costs that you might not expect, and the massive problem with availability, how, you know, you can't just walk into a boutique and grab one of these bags. You do need to have a relationship with a sales associate or pay a massive premium to get it from the secondary market. Those 3 points I covered quite well in depth in the reasons why you shouldn't buy a Birkin video. So I'm not going to repeat myself too much because I'll be saying exactly the same things, but instead I'm gonna leave the Birkin video on screen. If you haven't watched it already, go over there and check it out. Also share your opinions about the Kelly bag in the comments below. I'd love to hear from you. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel. As always, thank you so much for watching and spending some of your precious time with me today. And I can't wait to see you again soon in my next video. Bye guys.